I apologize for doing it in this portrait. You know, my phone is not charging. It's kind of tricky, so I had to set my charger a certain way, and this the way it has to go down. You know what I'm saying, for the moment. But how y'all doing out there? This is Easy Work Boxing. Thank y'all for tuning in. Um, you know, this some controversy going on right now with Terence Crawford. You know, they saying that Terence Crawford is a rich slave, or people are saying that the guy who's a manager for Top Rank has called Terence Crawford a rich slave. I also want to go into just the lies, and I see why the difference. See, people have created the Errol Spence fans, and people have created Terence Crawford fans, and I think a lot of this has came, you know, due to channels being big and biased towards certain fighters or towards Errol Spence, and it creates the hate for Terence Crawford. And I feel like the channels that are really telling the truth, that are seeing the truth and seeing that Errol Spence Jr. really don't want to fight, they're being made to be called EJ haters. But I don't understand why is it that people call somebody a hater if after time you keep seeing over and over a guy skipping over a guy, going to other fighters, fighting other fights, but when it comes to this fight, he won't fight it. And if you say that he's ducking, that makes you a Terence Crawford fan. It's not that you're a person that's logical and who actually has common sense and can see that a fighter doesn't want to fight. But first, let me go into the racist, you know, so-called comment of what was said about Terence Crawford supposedly being a rich slave. Uh, for one, I don't really take it like that. I didn't take it like that, and I am a black man, and I'm from the South. I'm from Alabama. Trust me, I know racism when I hear the shit. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got basically on there replying, talking shit, saying that Top Rank treated Terence Crawford like a slave. The guy said, well, the Top Rank slave ship paid Terence Crawford uh, millions of dollars to be a rich slave. You should be so lucky. I didn't take that as if he was saying that Terence Crawford was a rich slave. I took it as him being funny, or shall I say sarcastic towards the guy who made the comment. The guy who made the comment tried to say that they was treating a man like a slave when he said you should be so lucky. You should be so lucky if somebody paid you $10 million, and you saying somebody to fight, and you saying we treated them like a slave. That's when you read the beginning of the comment. He said that was a dumb comment. He was being funny. He was saying you should be so lucky for somebody to pay you $10 million, and you saying we treated him like a slave. Slaves don't get tens of millions of dollars. All right, I don't see it like that. I don't know. This racism and boxing shit, it is there. It does exist. It's worldwide. White supremacy stands, and it will never go any goddamn well. That's the real religion of this fucking country. You understand? But to every time somebody say something, to come out and say, oh, you know what I'm saying? He says, so it kills me how when somebody white say something, it just destroys black people. But we go around killing each other, dogging each other, even on YouTube, being biased towards each other, don't want to see each other eat and all this shit. But soon as somebody white say something, oh my God, I can't believe they said that. But we don't do shit for each other. We don't look out for each other. We speak opinions, and people get mad and dog people. I done seen in YouTube, you make a different opinion other than the other channel, they go to talking about other things outside of outside of what you said in boxing. You know what I'm saying? It's getting to the point where it's getting real personal with people, and it shouldn't be, because we ain't making no damn money, and we ain't getting nothing free from no fighters. So all this bias talking, this picking sides, and these narratives of what, when people really know the truth, is wrong as hell. Now see, in a minute, it's gonna be a whole bunch of backtracking about this Errol Spence Jr. talking shit, because PBC, they ain't even got no money to give y'all tickets. They'll probably, yeah, they could pass y'all out tickets now. So y'all will probably keep going and talking all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But I already just talked about the statement. Yeah, I don't take that statement personal. I take the dude as being like, you a fucking joke. What the fuck are you talking about? How was he a slave? Well, and the dude just was saying, being funny about the shit, being smart like he was. Well, if he came on the top on top rank, and we slave masters, then we pay him millions of dollars. You should be so lucky. Now, people could take that personally if they want to, but that man was just saying, if motherfucker, you ain't got tens of millions of dollars, ain't nobody paid you that. Yeah, that I don't take that personal like that. Trust me, I'm from the South. I know racism. I know racism. That wasn't racism. And even if it was, so fucking what? So what? Terrence ain't over there no more. He ain't got to deal with that shit no more. They can call. They been talking shit. What about the fact ain't nobody talking about this? Since everybody want to blow up the fact that they saying like, oh, they calling him a slave or some shit. Why ain't nobody saying nothing about the fact that Bob Arum, fat lying ass, sitting up here say he wasn't making no money off that damn boy? What about that? Now y'all just want to act like, oh, they really hating on Bud. They been hating on Bud. The fuck y'all mean? It's videos out there saying that Bob Arum stalled the Manny Pacquiao fight because he didn't want to see Terence Crawford whoop Manny Pacquiao's ass. But then it's videos all on ESPN. Then you got other channels pushing narratives, talking shit, knowing good and goddamn well they know the truth that Terence Crawford been trying to fight Manny Pacquiao. Bob Arum, it's people who inside boxing got telling he on the phone. Well, hold up, let me say that. Bob Arum is on the phone, but the guy's on the phone telling people that Bob Arum said he will not let Terence Crawford fight Manny Pacquiao. He wasn't going to let him do that shit to him because he knew what was going to happen. And this before the Ugas fight. This was when they was at 140 when Terence asked to fight him. But if you go and watch videos on that, people going saying that, oh, that never happened. That's a damn lie. Terence wanted him when he was at 140. Bob Arum stopped. They been hating on Bud. They've been hating. So why is people acting like this something so new? And in boxing, all of them considered to be rich slaves to them promoters. I just sit up here and watch the whole documentary today about how the IBF, how they was pushing positions for fighters to be in ranked positions, getting paid for it. All the little dirty shit going on in the inside of boxing. I've been watching videos about it. You know what I'm saying? Now, and I don't mean no harm, but I got to come in on this because I watched y'all video. And I got to say, man, y'all video was very biased. I you know what I'm saying? 78, I came in watching you, bro. I came in on you. You dig? Love the channel used to be on. Shout out to Trio Boxing. Shout out to the young lady Cece. But y'all lying and pushing bullshit ass rhetoric like a motherfucker. And I don't mean to call y'all out or I ain't going to be disrespectful. No, I'm just talking about, you know what I'm saying, being biased and just being for real, bro. Now, their title of their video was Terence Crawford brainwashed the fans once again by calling out Errol Spence Jr. while he was finna fight Ugas, while he was in negotiations with Ugas. So basically they saying that Terence Crawford, you know, got his so-called fans going crazy that that Errol Spence is ducking him, knowing that he was in negotiations with Ugas. Negotiations mean it's not finalized. So that means nobody has signed a contract. That means the deal hasn't been made. People are thinking like they're Errol Spence and making videos, and people are in their feelings like they're these fighters. You can't do that. You can't do that. You got to stop doing that. If they're in negotiations, that means if Bud's still calling him out, he can easily say, hey, well, Bud's saying I'm ducking him. Bud got a belt too. Everybody want that fight. Now I'm going to skip these negotiations with Ugas and I'm going to go on over here and I'm going to fight Terence. How was that wrong? Errol Spence Jr. can easily, he was in negotiations. There wasn't a contract signed. And even still, what does that mean by Terence Crawford going to call him out? How do Terence Crawford know Bud business? Does Terence Crawford sit around every day and watch what Errol Spence does? How does he know that he's in negotiations again or was in negotiations again with Hughes. He's not walking around with Errol Spence every day. So why is it people are getting mad or saying that he's brainwashing fans because he's calling Errol Spence out? Like everything that Errol Spence does, he gets notifications on his phone about. Oh, Errol Spence is negotiating with Hughes, or he's sitting right there, but he don't know. Let's be real, be logical about this shit. I ain't a Terence Crawford fan. I'm a fan of boxing, and I love the truth, man. Y'all pushing bullshit rhetoric. And then for the young lady CC, love you CC, no disrespect to you, man. You said that Bud missed the ship. That Bud missed his chance to get the fight. How? They still boxing to this day. They still fighting right now, sweetheart. They still fighting right now, sweetheart. Well, how did he miss the ship? How did he miss the ship? Trill, I heard Trill say, I'm happy that the fight is being lined up, that we can get the fight lined up. Somebody have 3 belts. That's better for Terence Crawford. Then he says that because Errol Spence Jr. went and did all the work, Trill Boxing, get the fuck out of here with that. No disrespect, bro. Be real, bro. Y'all channel's too big. That's why this Errol Spence and his Terence Crawford fan shit going on, because y'all channel's too big and y'all people in their feelings about just making a fucking fight that we ain't getting paid off of. How is Errol Spence doing all the work when he keeps jumping around Terence? How is he doing all the work? And this ain't no bias video. This ain't no Terence Crawford fan video. I love boxing. I'm gonna read y'all videos in 1 minute, bro. I'm not ignoring y'all. I gotta get everything off first. You know what I'm saying? I'm not ignoring y'all. I gotta speak it how I feel. You feel me? How is he doing all the work? Okay. So you saying he going to collect all the belts that Terence don't want to go and collect. But y'all remember when this so-called across the street talk was going on, when nobody fight Terence. We had to get a fight mandated by the WBO to get Sean Porter in the goddamn ring. Errol Spence went and fought Mikey no belt having Garcia. Mikey no belt having Garcia. And remember, he fought no belt having Danny Garcia, when he could have fought Terence Crawford. Remember that? And then he wanted to shoot up and run and try to fight a Canelo Alvarez that was too far in the sky for him. The moon didn't howl back. The moon shined no light back on him. But he going to do all the work? No, he going around picking fights and not fighting Terence. That's just the truth of it. How are people fanboys when we see what's happening? We see what's happening. He missed the ship and they are still fighting. They're still boxing. What ship? They ain't retired fighters. Fuck Terence Crawford. It really boils down to this, y'all. This what really it is. And people will dislike it. And the truth is, they know Bud will smoke Errol, bro. Bud is doing everything but trying his best not to fight Terence Crawford. To say that he's the one out there doing all the work when this man is literally jumping around fighting people who from smaller weight classes, who got people who ain't got no title. Danny Garcia didn't have no damn title. And for people to say that he's ducking Hughes. I mean, he's ducking Crawford when he fighting Hughes. He is. And it's just, you know what's funny for real though? This the mind-blowing thing about it all with Errol Spence Jr. With a detached retina, coming off a detached retina, and let me talk about the tune-up, because there was another lie I had heard. Boxing fans, a lot of boxing fans are happy. A lot of boxing fans are happy with the Hughes and Errol Spence fight. That's a lie. That's a lie. Spence fans are happy about the Hughes and Errol Spence fight. Everybody ain't happy about that shit. I'm not one of, see, I'm not a fan of none but Keith Thurman. If you want to say I'm a fan. If you want to say I'm a fan of Keith Thurman. I really ain't a fan of none of them. I just love the sport. I say I'm a fan of Keith Thurman because he brought me back to the sport of boxing, made me love it again. I stopped watching it. I'm damn near about to start watching it again because all this bullshit and rhetoric going on about men and we ain't getting no money behind. The shit seemed a little weird to me what's going on today. How I ain't never think I'd see men be cheerleaders and I ain't talking about nobody specific. I'm talking about fans and in general from the comments and shit like that. I never thought I'd see a day where men will become sensitive like you talking about their wife or some shit about another man. I never thought to see this shit. This is a new era of manhood going on. I'm talking about real shit. I have never thought in my life. My dad told me this when I was young, but he told me in another way. For real shit, I ain't being funny. I'm talking about some real shit, y'all. My dad told me this. He said when you get older, he said you gonna see how men who weren't raised by men act. And my dad told me this, bro, when I was a child. And as I got older, I see how a lot of men are bitch made, like messy, gossiping ass, dirty, low down, homemade ass niggas, gossiping, messy, love to see shit, act like females, got female tendencies. You know what I'm saying? I seen, and this is a new era of men. Read some of the comments that people get from making our videos, y'all. You will be surprised. I done had folks call me everything but a child of God because I sit up and I tell the truth about how I feel about the sport of boxing. People get so mad about your opinions. It's fucked up. It's fucked up. But this Spence versus, oh, I ain't even say what I said. Detached retina. You know, I've been hearing people saying about he need a tune-up fight. Well, if you got a detached retina, if you coming off a detached retina, some shit that really done ended most careers, you'll go and jump in the ring with a welterweight that just beat the shit out of Manny Pacquiao, a southpaw just like you gonna come right back into the ring with a detached retina and fight a dude that just retired Manny Pacquiao? Ain't nobody thinking Cap came on yet. That nigga eye one never fucked up. His eye one never fucked up. From what I understand, there was some shit going on about that Mo3 shit about that boy that got killed in Texas, that singer. And there was some legal shit going on. And that's another reason I heard he had to back out that fight. About some legal shit with that death of that boy Mo3. That's what I heard. But you mean to tell me after a detached retina, you gonna go and jump in there with a guy that just beat a southpaw, one of the deadliest southpaws that had ever been in the game, beat his ass into retirement, and you gonna go right in there behind it? I don't think your eye was fucked up, Errol. But hey, am I a Terence fanboy for having an opinion like that? Does that make me an Errol Spence hater because I like to think logically? Because I don't see somebody jumping in there with a fucking killer after having a detached retina? I will be trying to go the any way beyond you gets too, won't it? So if I'm gonna go out there and I want to be Mr. Strap Season, if Mr. Man Down, as y'all call him, I'm gonna go after the killer. Let me try to read some of y'all comments though. I'm sorry. And what up? Thank y'all for y'all's love and support. Please go to the description and hit the link. Go to the description and hit the link, the YouTube link to the new channel. Everybody, please subscribe to that new channel. Bro, all this hype for the fight in the fall 22, but it will be who's up next with any fighters. I think Ego was trying to push that too. You know, it's everybody. I can't push that narrative, bro. Bro, the bloggers be so not close to the truth behind the scenes of boxing with no boxing commissioner. He fought Little Mikey too. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He did all the work, but he run around fighting people with no titles. When he said he would fight this man as soon as he got a title 4 years ago, these dudes weird. All the LBC is moving the goal post to Bud, ducking Ennis, who isn't even his mandatory. Hey man, any way they could try to do anything to keep it the way it's going, that's what they're gonna do, man. Spence want to do everything but fight Bud. Facts. He gave Mikey 50-52, but Terence can't get 50-50. And Terence didn't accomplish more than Mikey Garcia. Terence has accomplished more than Mikey Garcia. Yeah, Spence is ducking Crawford though. What you have to be a Terence Crawford fan because you say it's right there. It's written all over his face. I mean, goddamn, if he'd been a knife, he'll stab you in your hand. The man don't want to fight the man yet. He didn't want to fight him. It ain't being biased. It ain't being a Terence Crawford fan to see that this man then went around every which way he could trying not to fight Terence Crawford. That don't make you a Terence Crawford fanboy for seeing the truth. It don't. Said the ship sailed. Terence Crawford missed the boat. The ship hasn't sailed until Errol Spence either retires or Errol Spence goes up to 154. That fight ain't gone nowhere. And EJ never, hold up, and it's the other lie that they said. EJ ain't never tried to fight Terence Crawford. When did Errol Spence try to fight Terence Crawford, y'all? When? This man made a whole new phrase up called across the street when it came to fighting Terence Crawford. When did he try to fight Terence Crawford? When was there a time that Errol Spence Jr. has actually put on the line and said that he would fight Terence Crawford and it was a contract and he called Terence Crawford out? When has this happened? Never. See, I ain't one of them people who tune into boxing and then go watch MMA and baseball and football. I'm year round with this shit. This all I watch. Literally. I don't watch the news. I don't watch TV. I don't watch shit. I watch boxing videos year round. Everything. Documentaries. All that shit. EJ ain't sent a he ain't called that man and told him he wanted to fight him. When they were standing face to face on video, y'all, and y'all know this because y'all been in this shit longer than me. When they were standing face to face, he said he would go an easier route than fight Bud. So why people acting like you got to be a crazy ass Terence Crawford fan to know that Errol Spence don't want to fight Bud? He said it on video. I'm going to go the easier route. I'm going to go knock out Sean Porter. The easier route. Stop being biased. Stop telling them lies, man. Ain't none of us getting no money off that shit. Both of them black men. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to EJ, but EJ ducking. EJ ducking. That's just what it is. Ain't nobody happy for Hughes and Spence. Nobody is happy for you. I'm not happy for Hughes and Spence as a boxing fan. No, I'm not. That's not the fight we wanted to see. That's not the fight we want to see. No. Anybody who will sit up here and tell you that they were more happy to see Hughes versus Spence or than Hughes versus Crawford is a biased, lying motherfucker. They lying. Is this a good fight? Yes, it is. Because like Trill Boxing said, it does line up one man with the belts. But unfortunately, it may line up the wrong man with the belts because he already talking about 60-40s and that ain't going to do nothing but push the fight back further. 60-40, 70-30s. But you'll give a Michael Garcia a 50-50. And I don't know if that's true or not. I'm just saying, if he did, you'll give Michael Garcia, who had no title, 50-50. And I want to know what if Yuga's getting 50-50? Is he gonna lowball Yugas? Is Yugas? Why ain't nobody see? That's another thing. Nobody's worried about 30, 70, 30 when it comes to Yugas. I ain't heard a fan of EJ yet say, well, I wonder if Spence gonna make him take 70-30 or 60-40 because he don't feel like Yugas is as much of a threat as Terence Crawford. I told y'all, them numbers, that 60-40, that 70-30 shit, ain't nothing but duck moves. It's duck moves. Both fighters, if they got a problem, can get 40-40. The one that could get 20%. Or why not? It just can't be 50-50. Both of these men risking their lives. When y'all keep hearing 60-40s and 70-30s, which you may hear again, if Spence beats Yugas, oh, Terence gonna have to take 70-30. How the fuck you gonna tell a man who going out there getting punched in his face for a living how much he's supposed to fucking take anyway? Who the fuck are we to even say that? And then when you come about it being logical, the man accomplished more in the sport of boxing. The man is doing more than Errol Spence at welterweight. He has stopped every fighter at welterweight since he's been there. He is considered the number one pound for pound fighter of the world. Why can't it just be 50-50? Why got to be 60-40, 70-30? That's bullshit. That's ducking. And the fans are helping promote this bullshit, and that's why we can't see the fight. Instead of fans being real fans, whether you from EJ or Terence or not, even EJ fans being logical, being men, being women, and saying, come on, bro. You ducking, bro. You fucking ducking, bro. Why that just can't happen like that? Because as long as we keep helping this man out this shit, long as you got big platforms and channels keep helping this man with this bullshit, we ain't gonna get the fight, y'all. We just gotta be boxing fans. What's logical is logical. What's the truth is the truth. Like Danny Garcia dad to say, the truth is the truth and ain't a cloud that could cover it, if I ain't mistaken. Or the truth is a hole in the sky, it ain't a cloud that could cover it. Ain't a cloud that could cover it, man. We done seen this man jump around playing checkers for 4 damn years, and y'all simply saying he doing all the work. No, he's closer to the belts because he's under the same management. That's why he's getting the title fights. That's why it was easier for him to get the fight with Sean Porter, because they were under the same management, Al Heyman. He wasn't doing all the work because Terence we all know Terence would have happily did the work for him. We all know that shit. And like he trying to do the work with him. But, I'm sorry, y'all. Let me go back to the comments. I'm sorry, man. My phone got to get portrayed like this. My charger real fucked up, y'all. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, he healed like Wolverine. He healed like Wolverine from a lot of shit. This the only dude I know in 2 years that been in a car crash. Nigga done knocked his retina loose, and he coming back fighting a killer. Because Yugas is a killer now. He healed like Wolverine. You damn right. He do. Bud versus Spence fight will be $100. Who will pay for it? Shit, I don't know who gonna pay for it. That YouTuber motherfucker and streaming. I don't know who will pay for that fight. But it's worth it. Honestly, if I was working, you know what I'm saying, and I needed to watch that fight, I'll pay for that fight. That's worth your $100. That's like a Super Bowl for us. That's our Super Bowl. Who wouldn't pay it? It'll be people putting money together to watch that fight. It'll be people putting money together, bro. I got 50 on it. I got 25 on it. People, that fight will sell. I'm trying to get back. Okay, here we are. They really flipped that tweet into some real bullshit. Yeah, they flipped that tweet into some bullshit. That shit ain't that deep, man. That man was being sarcastic, saying like, if y'all saying that we a slave ship, then we pay him a lot of millions to be a rich slave. You should be so lucky. Basically, ain't nobody paid you millions to be shit. I don't take it like that. I'm from Alabama. I know racism. Like I said, trust me. I know when a motherfucker being racist. I know that. What's good? Oh, let me see. Damn, man. Arrow hasn't had a knockout in over 4 years. What man down? Overrated power. What happened to free smoke? Free smoke costs now 70-30. That's what it costs, 70-30. My Christmas was okay. It wasn't great. Tito, yeah, I would pay a bill to see Crawford. Yeah, I'll pay for that fight. I'm telling you right now, off rip, the next fighters the LBC are going to dick ride for views and subscribers is Shakur, Jahil Jacket, Boots, and Gerard Anderson. They know Bud is likely going to beat Arrow. This fight is long overdue and fans are speaking out. Yes, fans are speaking out. This fight has to happen. I would love to see this fight. You know what I'm saying? The ship can't sail unless AJ doesn't want to be undisputed anymore. All roads end up the crowd to be undisputed. That's the good thing about it. No matter who wins these titles at the end of the day, if they want to be undisputed at 147, they're going to have to call Terence Crawford unless Terence Crawford is defeated and the belt is no longer with him. So all roads does lead to Terence Crawford. That's one of the good things about it. But I don't like it because I know it's finna be a whole bunch of talk about this 60-40, 70-30 bullshit that's going to hold up the fight. I think Errol knew Bud was special when he stopped Porter. Bud been knew, he been knew Bud was special. The fight that fucked everybody head up was the Horn fight. A lot of people was expecting Terence to go out there and get manhandled by. That's what I think. That's the fight that changed Spence's mind. If Terence would have looked bad against Horn, he would have went at Terence. But when they seen that little motherfucker move up and was slanging big ass Jeff Horn around the ring and stopped his ass and had him dropping to his knees, touching the mat, they were like, "No, we're gonna hold off on that unification right there." Out of all unifications, he'd had a unification. Fought for the titles, right? Kell Brook coming off an eye socket injury. He fought Sean Porter after really losing the motherfucking Yugis. Well, he fought another fight. I think he fought for Miller before he fought Spence or something like that. But he go after them titles like that. He didn't want to go after He didn't want to go after Crawford after he seen with it. That Jeff Horn fight fucked everything up. After they seen that, like, hell no. You seen what the fuck he just did to him? I'm sure his team was like, that was the fight that changed Errol's mind, not the Sean Porter fight. In my opinion. There's never been any paperwork for 60-40. I hope it ain't no paperwork for 60-40. I don't think Errol wants to fight, period. I think he is done mentally. I just feel like I know he didn't want to fight the man. He don't want to fight, but I ain't going to say what's going to happen in the future. I don't know the future, and we don't know the future of what's going to happen. But for the past 4 years, he has not wanted to fight Terence Crawford, and it ain't no way around it. It ain't no damn way around it. Demon Daniels, that sounds good, but when somebody crazy happens like Wilder versus AJ fight, we never got. True, we never got that fight. Hughes initially wanted 50-50 at first when the fight was first brought up. That's what he deserved. This may turn into a haggle or Leonard Hearn. Years waiting for the fight. It needs to happen now. Yeah, it may end up like that. Errol is the only PBC star fighter left. Damn, I ain't think about that. He really kind of is on it. No, Tank. But PBC, Tank is with Mayweather Promotion. Tank ain't really a part of, yeah, you right. Tank ain't really a part of PBC. The bloggers will run with any numbers they hear. Don't believe what the boxers say. They don't run nothing. We said, you know it's bad when EJ lined up to fight Hughes and everyone's still talking about Crawford. Damn. Yeah. That right there, that's a good point you just made. That right there really shows the fact that people really want to see this fight. Because Hughes ain't a bad fight. But everybody, the fans really like, fuck that. It ain't a bad fight, y'all. It's a good fight. Especially since he ducked Hughes before. When he fought Ocampo, Hughes was ahead of Ocampo. And he chose Ocampo over Hughes. So he ducked Hughes before. No bullshit, no hate, no nothing. You can look it up yourself. Ocampo was the number 3, I think. And Hughes was the number 2 mandatory. There wasn't a number 1 mandatory. He skipped over Hughes and fought Ocampo. And it's nothing but truth. This facts, y'all. No hate, no nothing, no bias talk. He skipped them. He ducked them. So and these guys know this stuff. These guys been around in this game way longer than me. They got more access to shit. They know he ducked Hughes before. That's why they're not saying it and they're trying to make it seem like this is just such a good fight just out of the blue. No, y'all know he ducked Hughes before. And y'all know the reason he fighting Hughes is because he don't want to fight Terence. Because he ducked Hughes before. The easy route again. But am I a Terence Crawford? An EJ hater because I just broke that down and it was logical? Am I a fanboy? Shit is crazy, man. Like I said, man, no disrespect to nobody. I just speak the truth on how I just speak the truth, man. That's it. Let me see. The Spence versus Bud fight will be in Las Vegas or Dallas. Who going to it? I don't know. The world gonna go to that damn fight. The world gonna go to that fight. Fuck, I'm tired of looking at this phone like this. Shit. It will happen in 3 years. Well, shit. It better not happen in no 3 years. They really ain't gonna make no money. You flying out when the fight happens. Oh, also, everybody, you love the channel, support the channel. Go to the link, Cash App, PayPal. Subscribe to the new channel. Subscribe to the new channel in the description link. If you want to show the channel some support, everything is in the description. Also, subscribe to the new channel. You will see the link in the description. Please do that for me. Hit them like buttons, too. Yeah, slaves didn't get paid. So, oh, let me lay this way. Yeah, because my back hurting like a motherfucker. Yeah, slaves don't get paid. I don't really consider what that man was saying wrong. People want to just push it to that narrative, because this racism of boxing has been highlighted so much with this Tank and Floyd Mayweather shit about, Tank not getting what he deserved, even though he ain't fighting no goddamn body. This shit being blown out of proportion. It's not that serious. The man was being sarcastic. He was just basically saying, if he was treated like a slave, then goddamn, he was treated like a good slave. You will say that if you arguing about, if somebody, you know how people be saying, you be treating your children like slaves, but you buy your children, you make your children do what they supposed to do, go to school, clean up, not be out in the streets. You treating your child like they in boot camp, like they a slave, but they got every goddamn thing they want though. It's basically like that. Like, well, if they getting treated like a slave, then all these hours I'm working and buying them all this shit, they a good slave in my house. He said he was being sarcastic like that. He wasn't saying that Bud was a slave and Top Rank is a plantation and all that. Come get the fuck out of here. And if that's the case, we shouldn't be the only ones offended as black people because it's Mexican fighters over there too. It's Mexican fighters, everything over there. But I guess we should take it more personally because he said slave ships and all this shit. And I ain't finna go to all about this slave shit. You know what I'm saying? About who he is and about slaves and all that. I don't really believe in slavery. It ain't no proof of the shit. From what I understand, people was getting paid to pick cotton. Just not a lot of money and shit. Half of these stories that we done heard, like it's a lie, y'all. Made up shit. Only to make your mind, make your children think they're inferior to people. If you tell your child that they are descendant of a slave, then they will have a slave mentality. If you tell your child they are descendants of kings and queens, they won't have a slave mentality. So us even having a discussion about this, you know, it doesn't make sense to make you. The reason why it probably bothers people so much because that's what's been pushed into our head that we are descendants of slaves. Because think about put it like this. What if they would have said, well, Top Rank treating Bud like a peasant? If he said the word peasant, would that have been so wrong? Would that have been worse? What if he would say, well, Top Rank, the Council of Top Rank paid Terence Crawford millions of dollars so he's a millionaire peasant. Would it be racial then? It's bullshit, man. Instead of us, you know what I'm saying? I can see people taking it the way they want to take it, but I ain't that sensitive about racism and shit. You know, I ain't from the Midwest or no shit like that. I'm from Birmingham, Alabama, so every day I walk out the door, I'm closer to racism than you will ever imagine. Hello. Don't be surprised if he says 80-20 if he gets 3 belts and use that as a way to duck with an unreasonable offer. That's what I'm saying. I'm already expecting that when them belts come. Errol has never had a 50-50 fight where his opponent was a live dog in the fight. Because I don't like all this, you know, EJ fan and Errol fan shit. It's just about being a fan of boxing, man. If we see that one dude is really not wanting to fight and one dude is ducking, that don't mean that you are a fanboy. You know what I'm saying? It's just people who see the truth. It's people who see what's logical, and what's logical is the man don't want to fight. It's not about who fans or who or what like that. This is getting funny now. Bud and Spence both are laughing at everybody too. It's funny when the fight is over, they hug each other and all in the fight. Yeah, because it's entertainment. All of it is entertainment at the end of the day. Y'all got to understand, which I don't, like to go into it, but other people go into it on their videos about boxing. I see the dude really break down Al Heyman and what they think of Al Heyman. Oh, fuck that. And what they think of Al Heyman, you know what I'm saying? people got to understand. Anybody on TV, I don't care what form of entertainment it is, they with the brotherhood, they with the gang. That's entertainment, period. I don't care what form of it, basketball, football, they end with the gang, y'all. Bro, just when we thought Spence's best option was the fight bud, they pulled a rabbit out of the hat. Yeah. But then when you talk about that, people get mad and say, oh, that you a hater of Spence. And y'all got to admit, man, that they out here saving this boy from fighting Terence. Why didn't he just go for Terence? Ugas is not a pushover. He may beat Spence. Ugas can upset all this shit. Yes, he can. Moji, yep, he can start. That's the part that some Spence fans don't see. I hope Spence wins so we can get the mega fight. I hope so too. Really, I don't hope so because I know that once Spence get them titles, they're going to go into this percentage shit again. What this man deserves, what this man's supposed to get. You know what I'm saying? And that's one reason I don't want Spence to win it. I want Spence to win it though so we could get the mega fight. But if it go to the negotiations of Terence deserves 70-30 and all that, I don't. That's what I don't want to see or hear. I keep telling y'all, when y'all hear that, when y'all hear them that 70-30, whenever you hear that in any fight, not just this fight, when a fighter starts talking about negotiating and it's a big mega fight and the world want to see, or if it's a fighter that's dangerous, when you hear 60-30s and percentages and shit like that come out, they stalling. It's ducking. Floyd and Al Hamish, that boy, you must ain't been watching the videos lately. Shout out for Trill Boxing for putting that content out. But Floyd and Al Hamish is PBC. PBC ain't doing too good. No, it's Fox and Showtime from fucking with PBC. That boy, all these pay-per-view fights that's coming up, the reason we getting all these pay-per-views because this is how they paying the fighters now. So, to be honest with you, Al Heyman and Floyd Mayweather need to get their shit together and quit charging the fans like that for these bullshit-ass fights. This Charles Martin fight on pay-per-view, Keith Thurman versus motherfucking Barrios on pay-per-view. That ain't shit to be proud of. Bob Arum give us free fights, free good fights. Shit, Teofimo Lopez versus Vasil Lomachenko was free. Vasil Lomachenko versus Colmay was free. Devin Haney, that was on DAZN. But Shakur Stevenson versus Jamel Herring, free. Good fights for free. People need to stop giving Floyd Mayweather and Al Heyman all this goddamn credit when they charging the fuck out of you for a sport that you love to watch. When Bob Arum giving you free fights. Midas touch. Slavery was actually real. The old people know because the story passed down. Slavery was. I can't believe that because my mother's grandparents ran a store. And my mother never told. My mother said my mother said her grandparents never told them that they were slaves, that their mothers and fathers were slaves. My mother said her grandparents had a store. They said they used to sit in their grandparents' store and eat all day and get nickels and dimes and be full as hell from their grandparents. She said she ain't never heard her grandmother say that her mama was a slave or none of that. And I'm from straight out of Alabama, bro. I don't believe that shit. I think people were getting paid low, fucked up wages to do that shit. That's my opinion of it. I ain't gonna believe I'm descendant of no fucking slave. I'm sorry. Ain't nothing gonna tell me that shit. I ain't gonna fathom I'm a descendant of a slave. I'll never tell my child that shit. I wouldn't let my child watch a motherfucking movie that'll put them in the mind frame of thinking somebody is over them. If slavery never existed, explain the Emancipation Proclamation. boy. Slavery never is master. I ain't got to explain that shit. That shit was wrote just like a bunch of other bullshit in history. And first of all, the slaves were never freed, so-called freed, because of no goddamn Abraham Lincoln felt so-called bad for us. He wanted to stop a fucking war. He wanted to stop a fucking war. But for years, they lie about everything. So how we even know the Emancipation Proclamation, all this other shit? I don't believe that shit, bro. Well, what the stuff, we ain't got nothing traditional left from slavery besides eating a pig. We ain't got no artwork. We ain't got no books, nothing hid in the ground that been passed on. Where is a slave boat? Fuck all that. I ain't finna go into all that right now. Peace. Thank you, Moji. But we talking about Crawford and Spence, and we talking about, you know what I'm saying, the lies that I was heard on that channel. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to Trill Boxing, y'all black men, black women, but that rhetoric y'all were pushing was nothing but bullshit to say that this man knew that he was in negotiations with Yugas. How he know that? Is he Errol Spence's cousin? Do he stay next door to Errol Spence? Do Errol Spence and Terence Crawford stay right next door to each other? Did he call Terence Crawford and say, hey, Terence, I'm in negotiation with Yugas. Don't get on the internet and call me out because I'm in negotiation with Yugas. Did he do that? Oh. But what does that have to do still with Terence calling him out? He hasn't even responded. Mr. Man Down, Mr. Strap Season hasn't even responded. I'm talking about, I ain't even said, well, after you is you next. Nothing. I ain't even said that. This shit get crazy. Y'all show your boy some love. Go to Cash App, go to PayPal, hit that like button. Go to Cash App, go to PayPal. Please hit that like button. Let me go to Hell likely hope to wait out Crawford. I don't want to wait out shit. Yeah, that's facts, Damon. That's facts. He ducked EJ. EJ ducked Yugas and Bud. It's facts. It's just the truth. And people get mad about the truth. Yeah, Errol can fight. I ain't saying no. I ain't in no way, shape, or form. I'm not saying this young man, this dude can't fight, man. That would be some fanboy shit. When you hear a channel say that, saying Errol Spence can't fight, he can't box, now that's a hater. That's a hating ass channel. Cause that's dumb as hell. You know what I'm saying? I ain't said nothing about the man's skills. He can't box or nothing like that. I'm not a hater of the man. I just know who don't want to fight. And it's obvious he don't want the damn fight. That doesn't make you a EJ fanboy or a casual because you see the truth. The ship hasn't sailed. Terence hasn't missed his opportunity. As long as Errol Spence Jr. is at 147, that fight could be made. As long as he's still boxing, that fight could be made. That fight could be made. But the question is, we got to ask each other, like, who needs who more at the end of the day? Terence don't need Errol Spence Jr. Terence can move past this fight and after a year or two, they'll never talk about it again. But EJ will always be remembered for not making this fight happen. It will not be Terence. It will be EJ. Just like when Terence stopped Sean Porter, why y'all think EJ got up right after he stopped him? Why y'all think Errol Spence Jr. got up right after he stopped Terence Crawford because he didn't want nobody to interview him and ask him about are they next. That's why he got up and left. And the fact that he was kind of salty because he couldn't do what Terence did. Well, he didn't do what Terence did. That's only logical, right? Am I wrong for that? He did knock out Shawn Porter. So when he seen that, he knew them questions was coming. Why didn't he go into the ring? He went into He went into the ring on Shawn Porter drunk. He was drunk when he went in the ring on Shawn Porter. Why wasn't he sipping on some liquor, some scissor herb or some shit? Why wasn't he sipping on some scissor herb and hopped his ass in there right after he stopped Porter? And said, come on, we next. He jumped in there on everybody else. He called that, he jumped in the ring on Shawn Porter. Talking all that man down shit. Oh, but when Terence stopped Shawn Porter, you get up and walk out the arena. All you got to do is put it like this. If Bud did and was doing what Errol Spence Jr. was doing about the fight, wouldn't y'all say Terence Crawford was ducking? If Bud was doing what Errol Spence Jr. was doing towards this fight, wouldn't y'all say that Terence Crawford was ducking? Even if you're an EJ fan, let's just be real. Wouldn't you say that Terence Crawford was ducking if he was doing what Errol Spence? Come on, man. Y'all stop with the bullshit. Stop. Can Spence fight Ugas first? No, he can't fight Ugas first. We've been waiting 4 years for the shit that he talked. He said he was going to fight this man. Hell no, we don't want to see the Ugas fight. Is it a good fight? Yes. Yes, it is. But that's not the fight we want to see. And ain't no guarantee he going to even beat Ugas. Ugas just fucked up a southpaw, retired him. Ain't no guarantee he's going to beat Ugas. But man, I watched the video today, man, and I saw all this shit going on with the sport of boxing. And I see how Boots and Virgil Ortiz, the WBO is taking money. They have to be taking money to put fighters in their they taking money for rankings, y'all. The WBO takes money for rankings. How in the hell Boots is number 2 mandatory? Virgil Ortiz got pushed to number 1 mandatory, and they only fought like with two top 10 damn near fighters. How they up that far? And I found this out. The reason Mauricio Suleiman said that the promoters have to put in to mandate another champion to fight a WBC champion. You know what he was really saying? The promoters have to pay him to put them as that motherfucking mandatory. It's a lot of shit going on in sport of boxing. I've been finding out from watching these documentaries. The promoter has to pay them to be a mandatory for a champion. And as a matter of fact, Mauricio Suleiman is even saying that the WBC does not allow that to happen, even though I heard that the WBC can mandate a champion to fight a champion. But now all of a sudden, that can't be done, says Mauricio Suleiman. Says Mauricio Suleiman. So we won't be seeing Canelo versus Benavidez. Also, I heard David Benavidez ducked Octa Beterbiev. The WBC, from what I understand, offered David Benavidez an opportunity to fight Octa Beterbiev, give him a shot at Octa Beterbiev's WBC title. They said that David Benavidez turned it down. Mr. I don't duck nobody. Mr. I'll fight anybody. Mad Dog A said they keep saying man down, but the last person Spence put to sleep was Yellow Beezy. All that nigga he was sitting there had his arm around while he was singing that R&B song. I told you the business side of boxing is crazy. Now the business side of boxing is cutthroat as fuck. I'm telling y'all, who is their promoters? Al Heyman? The WBO getting paid for rankings, y'all. Them boys aren't supposed to be up there that fast. The only thing Boots fought was Sergey Lipinez and a motherfucking Thomas Delorme. Thomas Delorme, and he's the number 2, number 3 mandatory, number 1 mandatory. Virgil Ortiz fought Kavaliauskas and Maurice Hooker coming off a loss, and he became the number 1 mandatory. The WBO is taking money for rankings. I know. I'm finding out little stuff about the world of boxing now. The hell they get up there that fast for title shots? How they get up there that fast for title shots? Yeah, the WBO title is ran through Top Rank, but any promoter can pay to get their fighter boosted up. It don't have to be a Top Rank fighter. It could be Lou DiBella. It could be Floyd Mayweather and them. It could be Al Heyman. And Al Heyman probably is the one who doing that shit, paying them rankings. But it could be any promotional company who can pay rankings to get a fighter boosted up on their list. It don't have to, whether it's a top rank affiliate or they consider this. I don't know why people call the WBO a top rank belt. It's not a top rank belt. They probably might be having a better business deal or contract with them folks or whatever. Because I see how a lot of top rank fighters get offered a WBO title, but it's not a top rank belt. It's a Puerto Rican based company that made that damn belt. It ain't got nothing to do with no goddamn top rank. The first fighters to ever hold the WBO was Riddick Bowe and Nazim Hamed, the Prince. Those the first two to hold to stamp the WBO title. The IBF is the best belt in my opinion. The IBF is the documentary group, is the belt company that I was watching a documentary on that was caught being bribed to push up their rankings, the IBF. The IBF was being bribed. And this was when, in a documentary, this was when Razim knocked out, Rahman knocked out Lennox Lewis. This was when this documentary was being filmed, and they was talking about all the stuff that go on in boxing. The IBF was getting paid to push fighters up in the rankings. A guy actually went to videotaped it. The feds got involved in it, and he ended up snitching on a guy named Lee Brown Sr., and his son was finna go to jail behind it. But yeah, they was taking bribes to push fighters up in the rankings. So it's a lot of stuff that go on in this sport, man, that we really. And now I'm seeing how it is that 2 fighters like that just got boosted up to WBO all of a sudden in their rankings. So somebody getting some money under the table and boosting these fighters up there that fast. Yeah, because Top Rank, got more fighters with the WBO title. I said they probably got some type of, good business or some type of good deals with WBO or something. Or I just typed in the dirty side of boxing this morning, and when I just watched it, it was like it came on A&E. It was like 8-9 episodes. Yeah, Floyd is doing Tank like he was done. And you right about that boy. Floyd is doing Tank like he was done. Yeah, it was talking about a lot of stuff, man. Like Hazeem Rahman, He's supposed to came in and signed the contract for the rematch of Lennox Lewis. Don King showed up to this man hotel room with $500,000 in a damn bag and offered him $5 million to fight Lennox Lewis in a rematch. He stole Rodman from his promoter, y'all, overnight. So that's why all these negotiations and fighters can't do this and fighters can't do that. Fighters can do what the fuck they want when they want to. That's right there, proof. His promotional company was up there waiting on Rodman to come and sign a contract. This man called them and didn't show up. He signed a deal with Don King, got $500,000 in a bag, and got paid $5 million to fight. Cash in a bag. Shit. But hey, y'all, it's time for me to get off. I'm tired of holding this phone like this. My damn back hurt. Like I said, the Trill boxing, you know what I'm saying? 78, my opinions, what I said was not disrespectful to y'all. Y'all know, much love, much respect to y'all. But I just had to comment on what I had heard. You know what I'm saying? All this stuff wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? It was basically biased to the public. Now I see why all these fans, you know what I'm saying, going and, you know what I'm saying, people picking sides when we shouldn't be picking sides. Everybody should just want to see a great fight. But I gave my 2 cents on it. You know what I'm saying? Much respect, much love to everybody. I thank y'all for y'all love. You know what I'm saying? Go to YouTube. Go to the description. Please subscribe to the new channel. We need to get that channel going. I got to get my views up on my boxing content. Like I said, I'm in entertainment. So, and then they don't like my channel anyway from the stuff that I talk about. So, you know, I get a lot of people saying they don't get notifications, they don't get this and that. So we got to start this new channel. So go to the description, hit that link, subscribe to that channel. Also, if you want to show some love, support the channel, Cash App, PayPal, all is in the description. I would truly appreciate whatever y'all could give. And stay tuned. This is Easy Work Boxing. No bias talk, no racism. I'm out.